Many of the top artists and producers and songwriters, including Nelly, Timberland, Polo Don, Jennifer Hudson, Corbin Blue, Jamie Foxx, Babyface. Currently, he is in the studio with Keith Urban, and I understand he just recently did something with Rascal Flat. Please give us a brief overview of what your journey has been. How about an applause for Brian Kennedy, Grammy Award-winning producer, Brian Kennedy.
Hello everyone, thanks for having me out. Anyway, I'm from Kansas City. You talked about Brian Kennedy, I'm a producer. My journey started when I was young. I was a musician since I was 4 or 5. But, not to follow him, he had everything on lock. Before he talking like anyway, I knew when I first heard melody, rhythm, music that I loved it. And in a brief nutshell, I realized that if you're into it and if you want something, which I felt I had, supported family, I wanted it. So at the age of 16, 17, I did an independent CD called Be Unique Seasons based off me playing piano. And I realized if I can do it in Kansas City, I can do it anywhere I go if I just put God first and put my home into it. So anyway, within the last few years, I've been working with the Rascal Flats, working with, like I said, Paul Dine, which is a producer. My way I got in it, I've been playing piano for so long, so I use my greatest strength, which is playing piano, because we write and we produce. I just pick one main focus and I use that to really get to where I am now. So that's what I'm doing right now. Collecting my thoughts together. But I don't know. About it.
Frank Kennedy, thank you very much, brother. There's a lot to come from this, brother. Next to Brian is a brother who has been a trailblazer in our business for quite a. His hits include We Can Freak It by Corrupt, Baby Boy, Tyrese, with over 200 titles, including hits by Snoop Dogg, Exhibit, Ice Cube, Busta Rhymes, Faith Evans, and even Raphael Sadiq. Battle Cat brings out the best of an artist when he's in the studio making the hits. In 2009, Battle Cat produced a special song that's called A Soldier Never Dies, dedicated to a fallen Marine, Anthony Vargas. His legendary status also has gotten him involved with one of the largest DJ organizations in the country called the Core DJs. But he's more than a DJ, he's also a legendary producer. Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Battle Cat. Battle Cat, tell us a little bit about what your journey has been, and then we're going to start firing questions at you guys.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming out and to support, to their information, which is very rare. Born out of Los Angeles, California. My last years in high school, it was an opportunity to be a local DJ, and I took that opportunity and it led to other opportunities to become a K-Day mix master. I'm one of the original 10th DJ, or whatever you want to call it, one of the 10. And that gave me the inspiration to be instrumental in my first talent, which is drums, and combining the art of sampling and DJing paid off for me as well. That led into my first opportunity to produce a few records that led into my first hit. I was responsible for Banging on Wax, and what we was trying to do at that time was get the gangs who had a talent beyond, the controversial, things that was going on. We tried to give them another voice and an outlet. And so we successfully did that. The record really, quote unquote, is gold and platinum, but there's no plaques or no situation to be able to show you guys that it was a success. But came out of it was Domino and Russell Simmons, and the rest has been history. I would like to say a whole lot more, but I'm pretty sure you guys have YouTube and Google me, and you've seen what time it is, and I'm so grateful for the support. God bless, and I'm here. So any questions, anything you might want to ask, I'm right here.
I'll ask the first question, Battle Cat. You talked about sampling. What transcended you from being a DJ that does samples to ultimately you don't always sample now, you make a lot of your own music? What brought that about for you?
The musician side, definitely my mother and my father played a very major role in bringing me to rehearsal, church rehearsals, R&B group rehearsals. Back in the days when we had a youth, I would say kind of activities at Centinela Park and Van Ness. I've seen bands play for years in the early 70s. I'm a 68 baby, but I came in and recognizing real early how much the art of live instrumentation and sampling can go hand in hand, but the respect of it is really hands-on from the musician side. Do I read music? No. My desire at this time is to learn how to properly read music so I can further my interpretation and theory of music. But the gift is from me being humble and listening to music over and over and over again and seeing different expressions behind the instruments. I mean, I can really see how the effect it has on the crowd who never picked up a live instrument. So what made me stop in so many ways in sampling is because I learned how to combine tones and frequencies from using different instruments, you know, like samples. So I'm a sampling drum machine or software. I was able to combine the same texture, similar texture or frequency exactly like the record. You know, that's been my passion for years. So if I couldn't afford the bigger, you know, expensive equipment, at least I had my frequencies down as far as being able to take the equipment I had and shape it to the best of what I can hear, and it paved the way. A lot of people were interested in what did I use and how did I use it, and
what did you use?
Well, at that time I had a 4-track. I had a Technique 1200. Actually, I had Dr. Dre's last setup before he left to work at California NW. I actually had Dre set up, and I took that in the SB1200 and I started sampling. But the difference between the sample and the live instruments it was night and day. I mean, you talking about something that's made out of wood, something that's made out of metal, something that's handmade, and versus a trash can or anything like that. It gave the same natural acoustics of a live drum. So when I started sampling my own drum set into the SB1200, I got a bigger and natural sound versus something that is digital or digitized or sampled from a different unit, and it helped. I took them elements with me all the way to this day. I still sample live instrumentation, live instrumentations and instruments into what I do to make it match. I use Reasons, I use Logics, I use Pro Tools 8, and that it's been a journey. It's worth it. I mean, but like I said, just to sum it up, live instrumentation is a must first. So to really see how far you can go with the music at any given time, if the electricity cut off the drive lockup, you guys is in trouble. You don't have no backup. You can go to vinyl, but what if the vinyl is out? Can you get a soul clap or something that's gonna have to work that people can gravitate to and know that this dude is really hungry and serious and he's been very knowledgeable about firsthand how music is felt and respected. So,
DJ Battle Cat. There's a DJ to know how to get y'all up. To stay on course, how to publish and protect your music. I want to kind of go to the publishing side of this.